What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing here? Today, I am going to be doing a reacting to your guys' trade ideas video. I've done this in the past with plenty of players. I think the most recent one we did was Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, or we did, I think, DeAndre Ayton as well. Gobert has been traded. Ayton has not yet, and I don't think Donovan Mitchell will be traded. But yeah, today we're going to be reacting to your realistic Kevin Durant trades, because Kevin Durant is probably getting traded this offseason, and it could happen any day now. He came out with his wish list saying, like, the Heat, the Suns are his two top teams that he would like to go to. But he signed a 4-year deal with the Nets last offseason, so he really has no say at all. They could trade him wherever they think they'll get the best package. It could be Sacramento, it could be Charlotte, it could be Memphis, it could be the Knicks, but they probably wouldn't do that to the Knicks. But yeah, they're looking, I think, to get a good player in return that's young and still controllable. Exhibit A, like a Bam Adebayo or Donovan Mitchell, somebody like that. Or maybe Tower Hero can make that criteria. But yeah, they would like to get somebody that can help them compete alongside Ben Simmons. But if you're getting Bam Adebayo, you'd have to move off Ben Simmons to a third team. So that's where it gets complicated, because there's the designated rookie extension. So that's why I was like, can they get Ayton and Bridges? But I think that can work if Ayton doesn't sign with Phoenix, or sign and trade, it can work. But then I was like, does Bridges work? Because Bridges was a rookie extension, but maybe since it wasn't the rookie max extension, then it could work, because I think Simmons and Bam both got the maxes. And yeah, I'm sure they would like draft capital as well, since a lot of their draft picks are going to Houston from the James Harden deal. So yeah, they also traded a first-round pick for Royce O'Neal. I don't know what first-round pick that is, if it was theirs or one of the Philly ones, but that makes me think that they still want to contend and be a good team. I mean, they still have solid talent right now. They still have Kyrie Irving. They have Ben Simmons. They got Joe Harris, Seth Curry, Nicholas Claxton. They lost Bruce Brown to free agency. That'll be a big L. But they got Cameron Thomas. We'll see. Durant Sharp can be anything. But yeah, I'm going to be reacting to your guys' trade. So we have sorted it by the top comments. There's 138 here. I'm sure we're going to run into a lot of duplicates, so I won't be going through all 138. But if you guys do enjoy these, drop a thumbs up. So Kyler says, Warriors receive KD, Kyrie. Okay, well, first one's already off to a joke. I can't believe, I even read that one. Trayvon Up says, Raptors receive KD. So the Raptors have been a rumored team. I would say them and the Pelicans, because they have the capital, the draft capital, and the young players that could be enticing. So the Nets are receiving Siakam, OG Anunoby, Trent, and 4 future first-round picks. Raptors receive KD. So the Raptors get this done without giving up Scotty Barnes. And then you have Scotty Barnes, KD, and Fred VanVleet. I think Scotty Barnes would have to be in this deal, but say you took out Scotty, or say you took out Siakam, right? Because I think you value Scotty more than Siakam. You swapped in Scotty for Siakam. You could probably either keep Trent or get those first round picks down to 3. Does that look a little bit better? Say you have VanVleet, KD, Siakam. That's something, but yeah, you're trading away 2 of your young players in OG Anunoby and Scotty Barnes. So that does for me tough, but I do like the Raptors as a potential trade option. Blazers receive Kevin Durant. Nets receive Anthony Simons, who was just signed, so I think that would have to not be agreed to yet, and then it's a sign and trade. Josh Hart, Shaedon Sharpe, Nasir Little, Winslow, 4 first-round picks and 2 swaps. Okay, so this one is interesting as well, because you're pairing up Kevin Durant and Damian Lillard, but boy, is that team going to do anything. Yeah, you have Yusuf Nurkic. You're looking at the rest of that roster, and it's not very good. It's not. I don't think that team would be better than some of the other teams in the West, even with KD and Lillard. So I don't even know, that's a pretty good return if I was the Nets. I think I would take Simons and Sharp, because I do like Shaedon Sharpe a lot. You get Nasir Little and Josh Hart, who are other players, and you can help you compete right now. And you're getting 4 firsts and 2 swaps. I think this would be a little silly for Portland, just because I don't think they'd be at that level yet. Hashimura, Kuzma, Nish Smith in the top 15, protected second, yeah. KD to the Suns, Ayton to the Hawks, Capella or Collins, not both, maybe John Collins, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, 4 picks from Phoenix, and 1 pick from the Hawks to Brooklyn. That's a good return. That is. I don't know if they prefer Ayton or John Collins when it's all said and done, Brooklyn, but it's a solid return. Here's the Pelicans one that I think could really get into it, because they have those Milwaukee Bucks draft picks from the Drew Holiday trade, and they have those LA Lakers draft picks, which look enticing from the AD trade. Because 2024 on, LeBron's not going to be there forever, we'll see if they get Kyrie, keep Kyrie. But if not, Russ is gone, and then like it's just AD there. I don't know. That pick could be good. But yeah, you got KD for Brandon Ingram, Valanciunas, Trey Murphy, Kyrie Lewis, and 3 firsts. So the 3 firsts you'd be more than willing to give up. Murphy, Lewis, yes, 100%. You get to keep Dyson Daniels. You get to keep Herb Jones. That's kind of huge. And then I think it's like, do you want to give up Valanciunas, or are you trying your hardest to keep him because you don't really want to roll with Jackson Hayes there as the 5? And would you prefer, this is also a big question, do you give up Brandon Ingram or Zion Williamson? Because at their ceilings, you'd think Zion Williamson's better, but Zion Williamson has been injury prone, but they both are going to be making similar money. Zion's going to be making more money soon. So I honestly think, call me crazy, I'd rather trade Zion than Ingram. I would. You have Ingram and KD. That's a thing. Do you think that they could work together? That would be a big question in its own right. But I think the Pelicans, man. I don't know if KD would want to go to the Pelicans, but they could probably offer a great package and still remain very competitive and not be hurt in the long term. Whoa, we have a 3-teamer here. Bulls are getting Kevin Durant and DeAndre Ayton. Suns are getting DeRozan and Vucevic. So you're getting, okay. Nets are getting Pat Will, Kobe White, Dalen Terry, Jay Crowder, Dario Saric, Torrey Craig, 3 first-round picks from the Suns, and 3 first-round picks. Wait, 2023 first from the Bulls via Portland. 3 picks from the Bulls, and you're getting 1 swap. So, excuse me, 2 first-round picks from the Suns, 3 from the Bulls, and a swap. And the Bulls are basically going to have like a Levine or so you're keeping Levine in this as well. All right, I feel like Devil Draven is definitely like, I don't know, the Bulls are giving up a lot here for KD, but they're also getting Aiden and keeping Levine and Lonzo. No way. This would be the heist of a century. I just don't think the Nets would do this. Patrick Williams is not, sorry for hearing the siren in the background, thinking that Patrick Williams is that guy. Like, you're looking at a Brandon Ingram, maybe a Mikal Bridges, maybe, but you're looking at maybe at a Bam Adebayo or Tyler Hero, somebody like that. Patrick Williams has not proved that he could be that guy yet. Kobe White, I don't think is that valuable. The jury, we obviously still don't know anything about Dalen Terry, what he's going to do in the league. But yeah, the Bulls, this would be highway robbery. The Suns are giving up 2 first-round picks in Aiden, as well as Saric and Crowder for DeRozan and Vucevic. Don't hate that for them. I don't. And you keep Bridges in that. I love the steal for the Suns and obviously the Bulls, but the Nets, I don't think would agree to this. But great idea. Like, I like the thought and the creativity there. So Assam says Trent Jr., Achua, Siakam, Boucher, 2 unprotected first, and a protected for KD and Curry. I feel like Barnes they'd prefer Barnes over Siakam. And would you trade Barnes for KD? I feel like you got it because they could be right there. Another joke one. Will Gottlieb tweeted this 5-teamer. Okay, so we're really gotta get creative here. So the Nets are getting Donovan Mitchell, DeAndre Ayton, a Lakers 2029 first, and Suns swap. Suns get KD. Jazz get Mikal Bridges, THT, and 4 firsts from the Suns. So the Suns are giving up 4 firsts and 2 swaps for KD. Pacers are getting Russ, Cam Thomas, and 2 firsts to probably take on Russ. I mean, that's great. And the Lakers are getting Kyrie and Hield. So the Lakers are giving up their pick next year, 2027 and 2029. I don't think the Lakers would give up all that, even if they're getting Hield for Kyrie. That's a lot. I don't think the Nets would particularly want to part ways with Cam Thomas, but getting Donovan Mitchell and DeAndre Ayton is a hell of a return for Kyrie. Actually, no, you'd give up Cam Thomas if you're getting Donovan Mitchell and Ayton for KD and Kyrie. But with this, I don't know. That one is really tough. 5-teamers never happened. Yeah, I think that's really tough. And yeah, those rookie maxes wouldn't work with Donovan Mitchell and Ben Simmons on the team. But hella creative thought. I like it. That made my brain hurt a little bit, but I like it. Nuggets. See, the Nuggets would have been, I think, a great trade option because they don't have all their first-round picks. They actually owe a couple to the Thunder. But if Michael Porter Jr. played well, like he did in the end of the 2021 season last year, like he did in the, he did at the end of 2021 and 2022, and he showed that he could be like this 20-plus per game scorer, this elite shooter, and the Nets would probably have been all over that. But he was hurt, and that would have been an interesting team. But yeah, this was Nets receive 1 of 2 options: Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Bones Highland, and 2 firsts, or Murray, Najee, and 5 firsts. I mean, KD and Jokic, that would be like so much fun to watch. But I don't know. I still think it's going to be Phoenix or Miami. If it's Miami, you're really getting every draft pick you can trade, every swap you have. Hero, Robinson, and something else. But I think Lowry's got to be in it to make the money work. But I think KD wanted to play with Lowry. I don't know. And then I think the Suns could still happen. Yeah, Vucevic, Pat Will, Kobe White, just move 4 picks, 2 swaps. I don't think that gets it done either. I don't. I think they want like a legit like guy to build around with Ben Simmons. And I mentioned those guys. They would never trade KD to the Knicks. I know, it sucks that they wouldn't do that. Like, come on. The Knicks would not have really a great package. But yeah, 48 D-Rose, top and Reddish, 4 first, 2 first round picks. So 6 first, I mean, is a lot. Reddish, Toppin. I mean, RJ would probably have to be in that trade because Randall doesn't have that value. And if not RJ, you definitely would have to include IQ, maybe Quentin Grimes, maybe Mitchell Robinson, instead of like Fournier or D-Rose. But then you're getting into like really making the money work. But yeah, RJ would probably have to be in that trade. Even if you're giving up 6 first round picks. Wait, the Knicks don't have a first round pick. Oh no, they do. Do they not have? Oh, no, they do have 4 first round picks for the other teams. I forget that. Come on, Knicks. Make a trade for Donovan Mitchell. Give up all those picks. All right, so Suns 1, Pelicans 1, we kind of mentioned. What do we got here? We got a Lakers 1, Kyrie, Joe Harris to the Lakers, KD to the Lakers. Oh, I don't think the Lakers, or KD's going to the Lakers. If anything, Kyrie's probably going to go to the Lakers. Does he have a Hornets 1? After that, Nets trade Russ and Seth Curry for Hayward and Rozier. Interesting. You get off that Hayward contract and that Rozier. It's not terrible for the Hornets. Giddy to the Blazers. I also thought the Thunder would have been interesting. Would you do it around Giddy and Holmgren and like 4 first? You have Shea and KD run it, but I don't think they would do that. Do we have a Hawks 1? Yeah, the Hawks would have also been an interesting team if they didn't trade for DeJounte Murray, because you could have done those 4 first-round picks and / swaps, maybe add another one, throw John Collins in, throw DeAndre Hunter in, and maybe you got a deal. Yeah, so yeah, we're pretty much getting to a lot of repetitive ones here, but let me know what your guys' favorite trade is down below. I think KD will get traded, which sucks. Like I love this. I mean, it's great for content. It's really great to talk about. But the NBA is really like a reality show. Like I all for players wanting out of situations, especially if they haven't won. Like LeBron in Cleveland the first time. Like when he left on his own terms, that was great. They proved that they could never build a championship roster around one of the best players of all time. Had every right reason to leave. Like if you look in baseball right now and Mike Trout asked out for a trade, you could be like, I played 10 plus years here. I think we're not going to win around me. Boom. But like KD, literally played 2 years because they paid for his rehab the whole first year. Played 2 years, was injured a lot of it. I think only played 44 career games with Kyrie Irving. Signed an extension last year for 4 years and already wants out. It's getting to the point where it's like, all right, like I'm all for you wanting out of a situation and for player empowerment to an extent. This seems like a little extreme. Why did you sign that extension? Why did you not do any options on it? It's a little much, right? Why didn't you just do a 1+1 if you were unsure about it? You're Kevin freaking Durant. Sign the maximum 1-year deal. Throw a player option next year. Opt out. Do it again like LeBron did in Cleveland in the second stint. You do something like that. Players want out too much, it seems like now. And it's getting to the point where like, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Am I being a boomer with that take? Because I was all for like maybe some players like AD, like in the Pelicans. I mean, that one, he did have 1 year left on his deal, but it is what it is. I mean, I think also for the NBA, there was a lot of injuries that happened. NFL, it's a little bit different because the guaranteed money isn't there, and injuries can happen to any player, and serious injuries, especially if you're like a running back, or a lineman, or a linebacker, or even like with concussions and all that. But the NBA, I mean, like there's serious injuries, but I don't know. Maybe I'm a boomer. Let me know down below. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, love you guys. I'll catch y'all on the next one.